why fundraising matters. So as an organization in North America, we really want to support our students and their advocacy across all of the different campuses. And when it comes to meeting nationally all together, it's really wonderful when we can have that in-person connection and working together. So over the summer, we had a summer training boot camp in Washington, D.C., and it was wonderful to be able to go out there and have a lot of the burden of the cost taken away from UAEM supporting. And these events wouldn't be possible without all of the fundraising we do throughout the year, to have these different students come together and be able to celebrate, activism and, try to re-envision what we want the rest of, UAEM's future direction to be. It really just gives life to the movement when we can see each other in person. So that's just my own perspective. And also at Berkeley, we've had a lot of support from UAEM, and we really appreciate that. I'm from the UC Berkeley chapter, for anyone who doesn't know me. And Parthu, did you want to share your thoughts?
Yes, definitely. Gonna repeat a little bit of what you said. We do use like the funds that we fundraise from these events or end of year giving for events like the summer training program, where we invited a couple of new chapters to Washington, D.C., had a in-person training and help in this fund, or like the money that we would be raising would be used to help students and like aid them with their travels, hotels, and also help us plan venues and etc. We also use these this for events that are happening across advocacy events that are happening across the country, where we have student representatives. I've been involved with a couple here in Boston where we had flyers printed, and we used those flyers in those advocacy works, which was all funded by UAM.
Awesome. And I also want to say it's wonderful to have, UAM staff helping us. And so being able to support them, to support us, is also why we'd love to keep these fundraising efforts going. All right. And with that, Tiffany, did you want to share anything on this, or we can transition?
Yeah, I think you guys summed it up really well. This is just a really good opportunity to make sure that, all of our ideas and all of the things that we work on can come together in some tangible way. I really do think that physical presence of us all being together is so valuable. And this is definitely one of the main ways that we're able to make this happen. So you guys summed it up very well, though.
Awesome. All right. And with that, I'll turn it over to Parthu, and he'll be showing you how you can set up your fundraising page.
Amazing. I'm gonna share my screen, and just wanted to make sure that everyone can see my screen. Awesome. So the first step is to go to uam.org. And then once you're here, this is sort of the page that you will see. So if you're already a member, you can sign in using your Twitter, Facebook, or email, whichever one you signed up with, or you can hit email, and then you can also create your account if you don't have one. But if you do, then we can go to email, put in your email address, your password, and then you sign in with your email, and it'll bring you back to this page. The only difference you'll see is your username in the top corner over here. Can people see my mouse or? Okay, awesome. Now, the way to make your fundraising page is you go and you click on your name over here, and then it'll take you to this page on the UAM website. Over here, you will type in your first name, your last name, your username, and then you're gonna type in a short bio. Just for reference, I put down students fighting to ensure access and affordability to life. And then the website, you can use this link over here, which will direct people to your fundraising page. You can add a profile image, which I haven't, and I've also added a headline for my profile, which is people over profit. And then, why do you support Universities Allied for Essential Medicines? I have a small blip over here. And you can put down how much you're committing to fundraise. This is just like a way for us to keep track and a way for you to keep track as well. And then you have all of these different options, but you that you can choose from. Once you do that and you hit save public setting over here and the bottom corner, you can use this link that's over here. And when you paste that into the browser, it'll take you to your web page for your fundraising. So any of your friends, family, or peers can use the donate button over here. And then once they donate, this bar will keep increasing. And that's how you know you've hit your goal. The other, Megan, Tiffany, is there anything else you'd like me to add in this portion?
I would just say, yeah, as you said, it's a goal. So when you say you're committing to it, it is a goal. So you're not necessarily bound to the amount you write, but it would be nice if you try to get close to it. And in terms of, you can essentially write anything for your description about how UAM is important to you or why this fundraising might be important for your chapter. Yeah, so thank you, Parthu.
The other thing I would like to share is our toolkit that we have that we will be sharing, which has the same steps that you can follow to make your account in case a document seems easier for you to follow. We also have like social media posts for students, a couple of text templates that you can use to share with your friends and family and professors. So here's an example of a text template where you can just insert your name over here and insert the link of your donation, which was the link that you get after you create your page. And then you can also use this template for emails and also with allied professors. One of the things that we do suggest you do is try making the texts or emails a bit personal or like something that your friends, families, and peers can connect with, which would help tremendously in fundraising. Tiffany, Megan, do you have anything to add regarding these templates or the toolkit?
So I would just say in general, our goal here with our fundraising page and the different ways you can reach out to other people to donate to your fundraising page is so that you can try and raise money leading up to Giving Tuesday and then also during that week so that you can kind of track your progress and perhaps get started a little bit early if you're able to make your page sooner than November 29th, which is Giving Tuesday.
I also think that, we have these templates for you for like the text and email and such, but you don't have to feel like you could just copy and paste them. You can add a little bit of your own, message in there. I think it works a little bit better when you add, how you're involved, because most people that you're reaching out to probably haven't heard of, UAM unless you've told them directly about it. So just giving a little bit of your, and your history and why it means so much for you to have them donate definitely helps strengthen those messages a little bit, because as they're very basic and applicable to kind of everyone. So personalizing them definitely helps.
Yeah, I have a quick question regarding like chapter donations. Like should I be at my Santa Cruz chapter be like make a public profile on UAM for like a UCSC chapter and then be using that as the tool to get donations or to ask for donations and such? Or
Amazing question. So when I created my profile, you let me share that screen again so I can safely show you what I'm talking about. So when you come to this page, correct, what you could potentially do, which I've done in the past and it does work, is I changed the first name and last name to, let's say, University of California, Santa Cruz, right? And then my username as UCSC. So this would ultimately change itself to that domain that you're asking for. So if I were to change this to UCSC and hit save public setting, as you can see, my URL has changed.
oh, and that automatically generates a URL. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I
Yes.
thought we were gonna have to make our own public URL and then have that like linked in there. But if that makes the URL to go straight there, then that's perfect. So
Exactly. So
awesome.
so essentially the slash, this part is your username. So if you think it would be beneficial for you and your chapter to have, let's say, your profile and then you make your username as UCSC, then this is how it would look. But for mine, I use my name, which will change it back to this. So this part will update based on what your username is, and that's what you can use for your fundraising. So if you do want to set it up as a chapter, you could always have that username representing your university, and you can raise money you can raise your donations based on that.
Yeah, okay. And then this is separate though from like the individual chapter fund that would be petitioning for, right? Because this will be like a general UAM like donation movement, right? And then I could do the chapter fundraisings like in the institution as itself. But I guess then my question more specifically is like in the future, could I use this URL for like chapter donations too, like individual chapter donations, or should I make my own or like our own page?
Um,
If that made sense. Sorry. I don't know if
yeah.
that was very clear, but just like
No, I get what you're saying.
mhm.
I'm not 100% sure about the answer to that. I think that's something that we would have to discuss with the board and Justin to see how that would work out. But at the moment, I can't give you a definite answer on that.
Okay, yeah, no, I know for Giving Tuesday, this will just be like our chapters asked to donate to universities, Allied for Essential Medicines as an organization, right? And then after that, we can decide, in the future. So
Yep, definitely. Does anyone have any other questions regarding setting up your fundraising page or any other questions related to fundraising?
I'll just say, so people who are from Berkeley here, I will make a fundraising page and then you can direct people to that page for Berkeley. Like Ted was saying for Santa Cruz. But yeah.
Amazing. We can move towards the final part of the training, which is, Megan, do you mind sharing your screen for that slide?
Yes, let me just move it into frame real quick.
Yep, no problem at all.
Okay.
Awesome. So a couple of incentives could be this is by chapter or individuals. If you do end up raising $1,500 or more, your chapter could get a $200 chapter grant, UAM t-shirts, and a funded pizza party, which you could use for chapter engagement on your campus. The second would be $1,000 raised, which you have the chance of winning UAM swag, such as t-shirts, masks, and stickers. And if you raise more than 500, you have the opportunity to receive UAM masks and stickers. So this could potentially benefit your chapters as well directly, but also we want to keep in mind that regardless of the fact that how much ever you raise will ultimately contribute to our cause and to our fight for access to medicines, and will help all the chapters indirectly whenever help is needed. Megan, Tiffin, do you have any other closing remarks that you would like to add?
I just say get ready for November 29th when we're planning to have our Giving Tuesday. We'll have a open call where we can go ahead and make, like a power hour phone call, email, asking people to donate. So that more information will be coming regarding Giving Tuesday, November 29th, where we'll have our national effort, or really North American effort, to raise money for UAM. Does anyone have any questions?
Adding
Sorry.
on to what Megan said, we are going to be having a power hour on the 29th. We will send out details about that shortly with like a registration link, and you can join us for a UAM power hour. Yes, Justin.
Hey folks, so I just have a few tips, tips and tricks that I just thought I would share with folks too. First of all, definitely come to the power hour. There's nothing more fun than fundraising with friends and with your network. It's a cool moment. You can talk through, and when you get those awkward conversations, like you might be calling an estranged aunt who you haven't talked to in about a year or something, and this person might ask you completely off the wall questions. It's fun to be able to then get off the phone and tell everyone that story. So that's what makes Power Hour fun. Or like you call someone and they want to give $500 and you were asking them for 50. That's an exciting moment, and you can have that little celebration there. So definitely come to the Power Hour. It will be a blast. We'll have good music. If we were doing this in person, we'd have good food, but we can all bring some good food. It'll be great. The other pieces though that I wanted to throw out there, if you're feeling lost, first time you're jumping into a fundraiser, first time you're going to do something like this, there's a really easy place to start, which is make a list of 15 people and shoot for that number, 15 people who you think you can ask to make a donation to UAEM. And you're going to ask them for $50 automatically, unless they're a fellow student, then maybe it's 20. But put together that list and think through it of people that who, maybe they've donated to other things, or maybe you've talked to them about UAM before, but build that list out. And don't be afraid of that list being former teachers, former high school and college professors. I guess high school teachers aren't professors, but you know what I mean. Former members of a religious institution, or family members, or friends' parents, or really anyone who might potentially be willing to give to an org because you're asking them. The number one reason someone doesn't donate to a nonprofit organization is because they've never been asked. And this is your chance to ask those people and bring them in. And then the other piece of it, just to throw out there, you're going to build that list of 15 and then call them, which is that's the scariest part. You can get texts out, especially to other folks in the same kind of age range, maybe other students, other folks like that, get those $10 contributions. Those are huge. Those are awesome. Those are wonderful. But call people, call that aunt you haven't talked to in 2 years, who will just be so excited that you care about something. Call that former high school teacher, and you'll be surprised where those conversations lead and what they can result in. To get ahead of the game, do that before Giving Tuesday, and then come to the Power Hour and just call the last 5 people on your list, but you've already called the other 10. And if you do those kind of things, that's how you can hit $1,500 raised. That's how you can hit $1,000 raised. If you think of it this way, it's just math, right? And when you actually ask people to donate, about 1 in 3 people will do so. So if you ask 15, just cold, about 5 of them will donate. And if you ask each of those people for $50, then that means that you automatically have $250 right there raised, just you on your own. And that takes about 2 hours total if every single person answers the phone. So that's the kind of thing you got to think about. This is a volume game, and just getting the asks out there is really what's most important. And if you're nervous, give me a call first. Fake ask me for money.
Awesome. Thank you, Justin. Does anyone else have any questions about fundraising? We'll send more information soon. I also shared in the chat the toolkit, so you can refer to that as you get started. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining tonight. We're very excited to get this kicked off. Oh, tips. Here we go.
There we go.
Yes.
I made like a small list based on what Justin just said. Just to have a more, like, have it on words or have it in a document. Amazing. Thank you all for coming, and we will also have this video available shortly, and have a good rest of your night.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
everyone. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Everyone.
Megan, we can talk later about what I sent too. That's all good. Just thought it'd be fun.